Greetings, citizens of the world. This is Anonymous. Those of you who have been paying attention to the topic surrounding UFOs will have noticed that the United States government is gearing up to release information regarding this tightly held secret. Something has changed. The shift is unmistakable. Every day, more officials step forward, more classified programs are acknowledged, and more disclosures slip through the cracks of long-standing secrecy. What was once dismissed as fantasy is now being spoken about with seriousness at the highest levels of government. We have warned for years that this moment would come. The signs have been clear: rapid policy changes, sudden transparency campaigns, and a coordinated effort to prepare the public for revelations that will reshape humanity's understanding of its place in the universe. The truth is no longer at the edges, it is approaching fast. We are Anonymous. Expect us.
The release of the Age of Disclosure official movie profile has ignited a level of public speculation unlike anything seen in recent years, with many now openly wondering whether the current president will be the leader who finally reveals the long-rumored alien presence to the world. The timing of the film, paired with the extraordinary statements made by high-level officials featured within it, has pushed the conversation far beyond casual curiosity. For many, it now feels as though the world has entered a genuine threshold moment, one in which long-hidden truths may finally emerge into the open. The documentary's director, Dan Farah, has become a central figure in this unfolding moment. Farah grew up during the 1980s and 1990s, a period saturated with extraterrestrial narratives that shaped the imaginations of an entire generation. Farah has often said that childhood stories leave powerful imprints, and in a recent interview with The Guardian, he explained that his fascination with the unknown was born from those cultural influences. As he put it, how could any kid growing up during that era not become curious about whether humanity is truly alone in the universe, and whether the United States government has been quietly guarding that secret? This lifelong curiosity eventually evolved into Farah's professional drive to uncover the truth. As a producer with a strong Hollywood background, including work alongside iconic director Steven Spielberg, Farah had the resources and creative experience necessary to tackle one of the most complex subjects of the modern era. Interestingly enough, Steven Spielberg has long expressed a deep fascination with UFOs, a passion reflected throughout his career. From creating iconic films about extraterrestrial encounters to publicly discussing the possibility of non-human life, he has consistently shown genuine curiosity. His work reveals a lifelong belief that humanity's story may extend far beyond Earth. With the Age of Disclosure, he presents a sweeping case that the United States has been concealing monumental information about unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs, for many decades. This rebranding of the term UFO was deliberate. By moving away from the stigmatized language of earlier decades, officials hoped to shift the topic into the realm of legitimate scientific inquiry. Farah, however, suggests that this shift also represents the first crack in a very old wall of secrecy. One of the main reasons Farah was drawn to former Pentagon official Luis Elizondo is that Elizondo comes with what Farah calls undeniable credibility. Elizondo served as a leading figure within the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. His departure from the role in the year 2017 marked a dramatic turning point. Elizondo openly stated that internal forces within the Department of Defense were withholding crucial information from the public and launching what he described as a powerful campaign to discredit him and anyone attempting to bring the truth forward. From the beginning, Farah insisted that his documentary would only feature individuals with direct knowledge from inside the United States government or military infrastructure. He refused to include speculative voices, believing that this project required a level of authenticity and seriousness that would allow the conversation to shift at a national level. Many of the individuals who eventually participated had never before spoken publicly about their experiences. One of the earliest and most influential commitments came from defense official Jay Stratton, widely known for his work investigating UAPs and non-human technology on behalf of the United States government. Stratton is not merely a researcher. He has personally briefed lawmakers and even members of the White House. In the opening moments of the film, he states, calmly and without hesitation, that he has seen non-human craft with his own eyes, and further, that he has seen non-human beings. His willingness to break his silence, as Farah describes it, sent shockwaves through the rest of the documentary's production. As more respected individuals agreed to participate, their involvement encouraged others to step forward. Among them was Senator Marco Rubio, who had been one of the leading political figures pushing for UAP transparency within the United States Senate. Rubio's presence significantly elevated the profile of the film, lending institutional legitimacy to claims that many in the public had long regarded as fantastical. Then, another unexpected figure joined: General Jim Clapper, the former Director of National Intelligence under President Barack Obama. His decision to speak on camera added a powerful new dimension, establishing the project as a rare moment in which bipartisan voices, intelligence officials, and national security specialists aligned on a single message. Humanity is not alone. The United States government has known this for decades, and the information has been deliberately shielded from the public eye. The film features 34 individuals in total, many of whom had spent years avoiding the spotlight. They speak from quiet rooms, seated in armchairs, presenting their resumes before calmly explaining their first-hand encounters with extraordinary technology. As one former aviation security official notes, this technology performs maneuvers and actions that defy every known capability of human engineering. A former chief scientist for the Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program goes further, saying that those who attempt to speak publicly about UFO information face internal resistance from officials determined to prevent leaks by any means available. Another defense expert describes the transformative potential of this technology, from limitless clean energy to propulsion systems far beyond anything currently achievable. Yet the documentary does not simply assert that UAP technology is real, it suggests that the secrecy surrounding it stems from a global technological arms race. Rubio makes this point forcefully. He explains that because intelligence is compartmentalized on a strict need-to-know basis, even incoming presidential administrations may not be informed of the true scale of UAP findings. This lack of transparency, he warns, risks giving adversarial countries an advantage if they manage to reverse engineer the technology first. The danger, in Rubio's telling, is not merely extraterrestrial, it is geopolitical. Farah believes this fear traces back to the 1940s, beginning with the infamous Roswell crash. Whether or not that event unfolded exactly as it was later portrayed, Farah suggests it shaped a lasting culture of secrecy. In his view, the Truman administration believed the American public could not be told that the nation was facing a new type of threat, one that could not be defended against. That fear only intensified as reports emerged, suggesting that other countries, including Russia, had also retrieved UAP materials. According to Farah, this secrecy has now reached a breaking point. Members of government, including those in the highest levels of office, may no longer be fully aware of the information locked away within classified programs. And this, he argues, is unacceptable. The public, he says, deserves to know the truth. Humanity is not alone. The age of disclosure arrives at a moment when public pressure for transparency is at an all-time high. And it is within this climate that speculation has begun to grow regarding President Trump. He has long teased the idea that he knows surprising truths about UFOs. Whether or not that revelation comes this year, Farah's documentary has shaken the foundations of the conversation. He makes no attempt to include skeptics. He believes the time for skepticism has passed. In his view, the stigma is no longer just harmful, it is illogical. He argues that the scientific community must join together across all nations to seek answers to the fundamental questions that now define humanity's place in the universe. Farah's film does not simply present a theory, it offers a warning, a call to action, and perhaps even a promise. Something has been hidden for a very long time. Too many credible voices are now stepping forward to deny it any longer. And with each new statement, each official testimony, and each political figure demanding openness, the pressure grows. In the vast, dense jungles of Para, a state in northern Brazil, where the Amazon River winds its way through some of the most remote and mysterious landscapes on Earth, an extraordinary event unfolded that would leave a group of local residents both terrified and bewildered. This event, which took place a few months ago, involved the sighting of a mysterious light being, a figure in the shape of a humanoid engulfed in flames, yet emitting no heat, smoke, or sound. The encounter, witnessed by several people, has since become a subject of intense speculation and debate. with many suggesting that it was not a natural phenomenon but something paranormal, something beyond the understanding of modern science. The incident occurred on a humid, starlit night deep within the Para jungle. A small group of villagers, accustomed to the natural sounds and sights of the Amazon, was making their way back from a trip. It started as a faint glow on the horizon, a light that seemed to flicker and pulse in the darkness. At first, they thought it was the glow of a fire. Perhaps someone from the village had started a bonfire, or there was a small brush fire nearby. But as they drew closer, the light took on a more defined shape, rising above the treetops. What they saw next left them in awe. Standing in a small clearing, not far from the village, was a figure unlike anything they had ever seen. The figure was humanoid in shape, with arms, legs, and a head, but it was entirely engulfed in flames. The flames were not the typical orange and red of a fire, but a brilliant white and blue, flickering with an intensity that should have scorched the earth around it. Yet there was no heat, no crackling sound of burning wood or leaves, and no smoke rising into the air. The figure stood motionless, seemingly aware of the group, but making no move toward them. The group watched in stunned silence, too shocked to move. The figure, which they later described as a flaming humanoid, radiated an otherworldly light that illuminated the surrounding area, casting eerie shadows on the trees. Despite the intensity of the light, it was strangely comforting rather than blinding, as if the figure itself was composed of pure energy. After what seemed like an eternity, the figure began to slowly fade, its light dimming until it vanished completely, leaving the jungle in darkness once more. The group, still reeling from what they had witnessed, hurried back and uploaded images and videos online, where they recounted their encounter to anyone who would listen. Their story spread quickly, and soon various online communities were abuzz with talk of the mysterious light being. The villagers were no strangers to the supernatural. The Amazon is a land steeped in myth and legend, where tales of spirits, strange creatures, and unexplained phenomena are woven into the fabric of everyday life. But the encounter with the flaming humanoid was unlike anything they had ever heard before. The absence of heat, smoke, or sound led many to believe that what they had witnessed was not a fire, but something far more mysterious, perhaps a being from another dimension, a spirit, or an alien entity. One of the prevailing theories among the villagers was that the figure was a spirit or guardian of the forest, a being sent to protect or warn them. The Amazon is considered sacred by many of the indigenous peoples of Brazil, and the idea that the jungle might be home to powerful unseen forces is deeply ingrained in their culture. The appearance of the flaming humanoid, with its otherworldly light and peaceful demeanor, was seen by some as a sign or message from these forces. Others speculated that the figure might be of extraterrestrial origin. The Amazon has long been a hotspot for UFO sightings and unexplained aerial phenomena, and the idea that the light being could be connected to alien visitors was not far-fetched for some. The figure's lack of heat and the ethereal quality of the light it emitted were seen as potential indicators of advanced technology or a life form beyond human comprehension. There were also those who believed that the encounter was a manifestation of a natural, though rare, phenomenon, perhaps an unusual form of ball lightning or a plasma entity, albeit one that took on an inexplicably humanoid shape. However, the lack of scientific evidence to support such a phenomenon in this specific context left this explanation unsatisfactory to many. The encounter with the flaming humanoid quickly gained attention beyond the village, drawing the interest of paranormal investigators and enthusiasts from across Brazil. For those inclined to believe in the supernatural, the event was seen as a rare and genuine instance of a paranormal phenomenon. The figure's peaceful presence, combined with its inexplicable properties, suggested a being that existed on a different plane of reality, one that occasionally intersected with our own. Some investigators speculated that the figure might have been a manifestation of energy from a higher dimension, a being that could control its physical properties in ways that defy our understanding of physics. The idea that such entities could exist and occasionally interact with humans has been a topic of interest in paranormal circles for years, and the Para encounter added a new dimension to these discussions. Interestingly, the phenomenon of mysterious lights in the skies above Brazil is not a recent occurrence. Reports date back decades, with some of the most notable sightings occurring in the 20th century. One of the earliest and most famous cases is the 1977 Operation Plate in the Amazon region, where the Brazilian Air Force conducted an extensive investigation into reports of strange lights in the sky. Residents of the town of Colares reported seeing bright, often multicolored lights that hovered over the area, sometimes descending close to the ground. These lights were reportedly linked to cases of burns and other injuries among the population, leading to widespread fear and concern. This event remains one of the most well-documented cases of UFO sightings in Brazil, with official reports, photographs, and testimonies from both military personnel and civilians. Despite the extensive investigation, the Brazilian Air Force was unable to provide a definitive explanation for the lights, leaving the phenomenon shrouded in mystery. The case was eventually closed, but the sightings did not cease, and reports of similar phenomena continued to surface in the following decades. In more recent years, sightings of mysterious lights have been reported across various regions of Brazil, from the dense Amazon rainforest to the open plains of the interior. Witnesses describe these lights as being unusually bright, often moving erratically or at incredible speeds, and sometimes disappearing and reappearing in different parts of the sky. These characteristics have led many to speculate that the lights are not of this world, fueling theories of extraterrestrial visitation. Amateur researchers who have spent countless hours looking into these mysterious cases have said that these unexplainable lights that have been observed over a number of years are of extraterrestrial origin. Proponents of this theory argue that the lights' behavior, such as their ability to hover silently, move at incredible speeds, and make sharp turns, defies the capabilities of known human-made aircraft. The belief that these lights are alien spacecraft has been fueled by the frequency and consistency of sightings, as well as by the cultural fascination with the possibility of life beyond Earth. In Brazil, as in many other parts of the world, the idea that we are not alone in the universe resonates deeply, and sightings of mysterious lights are often interpreted as evidence of extraterrestrial visitation. Another plausible explanation is that the lights are advanced military or experimental aircraft. Brazil has a history of military aviation, and it is possible that some sightings could be related to secret tests of new technology, either by Brazilian forces or by foreign powers. Unmanned aerial vehicles, drones, and other experimental aircraft could account for the strange movements and high speeds observed in some cases. However, this theory does not account for all sightings, particularly those that occurred long before modern drone technology existed. Oddly enough, since August 2023, Peru has been trending on social media, with more and more residents coming forward with stories and eyewitness accounts of alleged entities that have been reported throughout the area. Someone by the name of Gustavo shared an interesting photograph and update about what's happening in the area, and it seems that the sightings are not slowing down. This is the latest photograph that allegedly depicts the mysterious entities that have been encountered by the locals. The man said that the reason the entity's legs appear to be giving off light is because it was accompanied by a glowing orb, something that was detailed in earlier reports. Residents said that these entities were either giving off light themselves or they were accompanied by something that was giving off bright lights. The original uploader said that the photograph was captured on the 9th of August. One of the residents said that it's only been in the last few days that these sightings have been picked up by news outlets, and said that locals have been encountering them now for several weeks. He said that they are extremely difficult to capture, and due to the bright lights they give off, it makes it difficult to photograph them. The man then detailed that several locals took it upon themselves to take out one of these beings, but said that bullets did nothing to them, suggesting that it was like they were wearing armor. The man continued by saying that the lights are blinding, and even theorized that they may have been used to disorientate the locals. Mysterious lights seem to be a common theme with these sightings, and as of right now it's not entirely understood what's creating these lights. Oddly enough, many people throughout the area have reported witnessing glowing orbs. These luminous, spherical objects have been reported close to where these entities have been encountered. Those who investigate the unknown have said that glowing orbs are typically described as spherical objects that emit a soft, often pulsating light. Witnesses report a range of colors, including white, orange, blue, and green. These orbs are observed to move silently through the sky, sometimes hovering in place or executing rapid and unpredictable maneuvers. Unlike conventional aircraft, they lack visible wings, rotors, or any discernible means of propulsion. Interestingly, all of these reports are happening just a few weeks after the US Congress conducted a significant hearing on unidentified objects. While previous encounters with advanced beings often revolved around the unearthing of peculiar technology in isolated settings, the most recent accounts originate from a rural area in northeastern Lima, Peru. According to local villagers, they are currently facing an onslaught from armor-clad aliens standing at an imposing height of 7 feet, bearing a striking resemblance to large grey or insectoid entities. A common theme with these sightings that have been reported across Peru is that the entities have big heads and large black eyes. According to local reports from the Iquitu indigenous people, the strange beings have been launching attacks on the community since July 11th, including one particular incident involving a woman who was grabbed from behind. The beings in question are believed to wear protective armor and give off a bright light. The residents from the remote region have requested assistance from the authorities. In response, the police and navy have been deployed to the area, and local residents have taken the initiative to conduct nighttime patrols. One of the locals said that their heads are elongated and their eyes have a black hue. This enables them to have a clear view of their surroundings before disappearing. Their proficiency lies in their ability to evade capture, and that as of right now, residents have only been able to capture blurry photographs of them. The repeated sightings of mysterious lights in the skies above Brazil have had a profound impact on local communities, particularly in regions where these events are most commonly reported. In some areas, the lights have become part of the local folklore, with stories passed down through generations, blending with existing legends of spirits and supernatural beings. These tales contribute to a sense of mystery and wonder, reinforcing cultural beliefs about the existence of otherworldly forces. In other cases, the sightings have led to fear and anxiety, particularly when the lights are associated with physical harm, as in the case of the Colares incident during Operation Prato. The inability to explain or predict these phenomena can create a sense of vulnerability among those who witness them, leading to increased reliance on spiritual or supernatural explanations. The phenomenon has also drawn the attention of researchers, both from within Brazil and internationally. Researchers and paranormal investigators have made pilgrimages to the country in search of evidence, while scientists have attempted to study the lights using more conventional methods. The enduring mystery has kept Brazil on the map as one of the world's hotspots for UFO activity.